Welcome back to Inside the Program, where each week we're bringing you an exclusive look of Virginia Tech football and the people that help contribute to its success. Hi everyone, I'm Kendal Williams with Triumph NIL, joined alongside head coach Brent Pry. We're ready to dive into week 6 this week by highlighting the Virginia Tech football operations department. Now coach, I want to start first by talking about a big area these guys are in charge of, and that's travel. Very fitting this week, you guys are heading across the country to Stanford. With such a big trip like this, what kind of logistical challenges does your operations department face?
Yeah, first of all, we vet every trip we make. They were out there this summer, checked on the hotels, what's the best option for us. We're going to practice out there, which is different. Where are we going to do that? Travel time between the stadium, the hotel, the practice facility. And then when you're out there a day early, you've got multiple meetings that are going to happen. So you need position meeting rooms. So setting those up at the hotel, what is that going to look like? Staff rooms, facilities to launder players' clothes. So there's a lot that goes into it, and so you advance it. Caleb Selk's going out first thing in the morning to make sure everything's in place and ready to go.
Talk about leaving this week Thursday instead of Friday. Typically on a Saturday game, you guys will go out Friday. What's the reason as to why you guys leave that whole day early?
Yeah, we feel like the travel, it's a 5.5-hour trip, plus a 2-hour bus ride to Greensboro. So, we want to get those guys out there, give them a great chance to rest up, recover, wake up feeling good on Friday, and, to get a good fast Friday practice in, some meetings, and get into our normal Friday evening routine.
You talked about going down to Greensboro, a little different. Now you guys usually fly out of Roanoke. What's the reason as to why we're flying out of Greensboro this week?
Yeah, we're taking a bigger plane. We made the investment there. We've got near 30 seats that are much more comfortable for our players. The coaches don't know it yet, but they won't be in any of them. For our bigger guys, those D linemen, O linemen, it's hard for those guys to be cramped into some of those smaller seats on smaller planes. So it's a better way to travel for them, but it required a bigger airport to do it.
Kevin Jasinski, I know he's in charge of the seating chart on the plane. Is there any specific way that you guys choose that and how that goes?
Yeah, again, a lot of it goes into, are they a captain? Are they a starter? Are they a big guy? We're not going to put a big guy in a middle seat, but we'll put some little guys in some middle seats. So, Kevin does a great job vetting all of that, making sure that we're making the best choices for where people sit. And that's whether it's, when we travel, we take 4 or 5 buses for our travel party. So that's a big piece of it as well. You
already talked about Caleb Selk going a day early to advance that hotel and everything that goes into that. You guys have such amazing facilities here. When you guys go on the road, the goal for them is to kind of pick that up and take that to where you're going. How does that work?
Yeah, that's right. That's why you have to have your position rooms like we do here. You have to kind of have an ops center like we do here. You want to be able to function for a couple of days, almost like a mini bowl trip when you go a day early.
Just outside of the travel, week to week here for these operations guys, what does a week look like for them?
Yeah, well, Kevin Jasinski's very involved with our media relations, with Travis Wells and those guys, to make sure that what's being collaborated with the media, it makes the most sense for us, for my schedule, for the players' schedule. And then also, with Caleb, day-to-day operations involving what time do we meet? Are there class conflicts? Are there exam conflicts? What time do we get off the field? He works closely with Carly in nutrition to make sure meals are at the right time and when they're expected. And then Matt Variga, one of our operations guys, that does all of our analytical work throughout the week. To help uncover some tendencies, to give more knowledge on the opponent or self-scout knowledge on us.
Coach, there's so many moving parts with operations. How is that all coordinated?
Yeah, we've got a man behind the curtain, Mike Hazel. He's our chief of staff. He heads up the operations crew, a ton of guidance and education there. He's been in about each one of those positions over his career, so he's got great experience that he brings to our staff and helps lead that group.
You talked about your schedule. The final piece of this operations puzzle, a wonderful lady, Shannon Lewis. Tell me about what she does for you and your program, too.
Yeah, I'd be lost. My calendar's full, and it's ever-changing, and she's responsible for it. She guides all the meetings from players to coaches, to donors, to administration. She handles all of that for me, and then any adjustment to my calendar. So very valuable. She helps with all of our camps and clinics, day-to-day operations. She's kind of the, she's that first person as people walk into my office that they get to engage with. So she spearheads a lot of things for me.
Well, we're excited to see the Hokies back on the road this weekend as they take on the Stanford Cardinal this Saturday, October 5th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time.